is. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, y'all. Let's get into some things. Okay. So, y'all, I just be randomly coming on live, whatever comes into my mind. I come on live because, look, like I always say, we here for a good time, not a long time, all right? So if you tuned into my live yesterday, I was talking about mind control, right? I was talking about Aubrey Fisher, one of the TikTok dancers, and, about, him being in a cult. All right. It was a Netflix special called Dancing with the Devil. All right. So if you didn't check that out, please, please, please check that out. All right. So, I was like, I don't know why I am, just this topic cannot leave me about mind control, right? So yesterday I was on, looking at some of the bloggers and everything. So Krishan Rock, to me, horrible situation. Horrible situation because, if you follow her, I mean, she's all in the blogs, right? If you follow her, her and Blueface, relational dynamic, okay, him basically pimping her out, right? So that's the theme of this blog, not this blog, but this live. Don't let them pimp you out. Don't let them pimp you out. I mean, okay, I'm speaking of a woman of a certain age. I've been there and I did that, right? So I'm looking at Krishan. She's on live, right? She tell everything. Hey, 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 thanks for joining. Hey, Jacob, thanks for joining. So, she shares everything. So she's saying, her and Blueface got back together. Mind you, he's been, abusive to her, right? Just the relationship, he beat her up before, right? They both fighting, but he beat her up before. All these things that she's going through and sharing it with her fans, right? Going on live, right? So her fans unfollow her. We know all that. So, Blueface went to jail, right? So I don't know what happened, but they got back together. And she is saying on live that she has been paying some of his bills. I said, oh, hell to the no. What? You paying for a store that's like over $10,000 a month? Now, why would she share that? Yeah, Blueface, just one of the, celebrities. But I'm using that example to talk about being pimped out. Because that is what we're actually seeing. Her being pimped out, her being controlled. How in the world can somebody control you from jail? You locked up in jail and you got somebody paying. That's a hell of a pimpology. That you got a hell of a game if you able to do that. And it ain't nothing new. Many women, sometimes men, hey, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Go through that same thing. You got a person in jail giving you instructions and they in jail and you outside in the free world. You said you respect Pimp C, and you said bum for keeping it real. Yeah. And actually, I bought that book. It's a book called Pimpology. It says the laws of the pimp game. So yeah, I downloaded it for free, y'all. But I wanted to just actually see the mindset. Hey, Maurice. I wanted to actually see the mindset. So it's a game. It's a game. To be a pimp, you got to have some game. You got to be able to control somebody, not just with their body, but their mind. And that's what I'm talking about, mind control. Okay, so yesterday we talked about a whole gang of TikTokers being controlled by a pastor, right? He managing them letting them stay in a couple of houses while he get 80% of their income. The devil is a lie. Hey, Miss Tree. Hey, Miss Tree. Yes, the devil is a lie. You said now introducing her to me. You said you was in a female. I was a female pimp in my teens. Come on now. It's a movie that Keke Palmer was in, and she was a pimp. So I'm telling you, it's a game. It's a game of mind control, and that's why, yeah, don't let nobody pimp you out. Don't, and we see Krishan. Okay, so they unfollowed her on Instagram. So now she's on Snapchat making mega bucks. But you paying Blueface mortgage, right? We know that he is in debt for millions of dollars because of something he did at a strip club. So basically he's in debt, right? She paying his bills. And let me just say this. Let me just slow it down. When we talk about mind control, we're talking about somebody that is able to control you and manipulate you for financial gain, right? We're talking about extortion. Okay, hey, from Japan. Yes, we're talking about that. And you think God wants you to be controlled and manipulated? And one thing about Krishan, she talks about God, right? And I don't doubt that she doesn't love God, but sometimes you could be naive as a person. Somebody's talking to you, giving you a good game, giving you some good love making. Gotta watch my language on YouTube. Giving you the things that you want that you never had. You know what I'm saying? People do it. Why? This is about manipulation and control. Don't let nobody pimp you out. That's what this live is about. And men get pimped out too. I had a client, right? So this client living off an SSI check, right? That's his whole income. So he online and he was like telling me about his girlfriend, right? Showed me a picture, beautiful girl. He said she was a nurse, right? So he was saying how he was, loaning her money and everything. I'm like, sir, seriously, on the internet? But he didn't know any better, right? Manipulation and control. So somebody, talk to you, give you a good game, and make you have a boyfriend experience, right? Show you a little whatever, and then you all flipped out. You in a whole relationship. So yeah, it happens to men too. It happens to men. People will exploit you. Women will exploit you for financial gain too. Now introducing her to me, she was saying that she was a pimp back in the day, right? Manipulating, using people, and that's what being pimped is about, right? It's giving somebody security, right? Being a family to a person that has no family, trying to be someone's all, someone's everything, just so you can get their trust. Right? Just so you can give them a boyfriend or girlfriend experience, right? All not because they love you, but because they want to exploit you. So I just don't know. I don't know what is it that we can say to get it through the minds of not just young people, older people too, because people are lonely out here. People are lonely out here, and they want that experience no matter what, right? So, I'm jumping around. So Krishan Rock, right? She has been holding Blueface down, right? While he is in prison, right? While he's in, I don't know if he's in prison or he's in a county jail. In jail. Okay, look, I'm not a jailbird. I don't know what jail, prison. It's all the same. You locked up and can't get out. That's all I know, right? So he been locked up. I think he's supposed to be released in July, right? So it's June, right? So she goes out to enjoy herself. She's been playing football, said she wasn't drinking, getting high. So she goes out, with her friends. She's been playing football, trying to do something positive. Meanwhile, when you're in jail, and this is the game, ladies, be aware. When you have your significant other locked up, they're gonna try to control what you do while being locked up. Like I said, you're in the free world. What you doing, what you got on, all these things to make sure that you're being loyal to them. Meanwhile, they're locked up. Now, I'm not saying don't hold nobody down, right? It's your husband or whatever, but don't be exploited. And there is a difference, because I've seen it. A guy in jail, he ain't just talking to no one woman. He talking to multiple people, right? This is just a story that I know, right? He talking to multiple people. When he get out, he didn't even marry not even one of the women that he was with, right? They all waiting for him to get released. He married somebody totally different. Thank you. You said you like my shirt. Yeah. So this guy married somebody totally different. Meanwhile, when he locked up, they put money on his books, right? Pimpology. Oh baby, you the only one for me. I'm make sure that they're making sure that you're faithful to them, right? They want to know all about your whereabouts, right? And they talking to 3 other women from prison. Pimpology, right? Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, right? And it's a lot of, I'm telling you, ain't no shame to my game, because I've been there before. I've been there before where somebody, was using me, but God woke me up. He woke me up, and I'm not in that situation anymore. And I don't have nothing to be embarrassed about, because if you don't know, what can you do? But when you know better, you do better, right? So, it's sad. Miss Tree, you said just say no to a pimp. That's right. You got to say no. You got to look at the signs, right? You got to look at the signs. And what do you know about who a person is, whether they're being faithful? A lot of men, they get prison wives. Okay, you ain't heard it from me. I ain't one to gossip. They can have a whole nother partner in jail, right? And you don't even know it. You don't know what they tapping into. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be alert. You know what I'm saying? So Blueface manipulating her, she said by her own admission that she was paying like $12,000 for rent for a restaurant that ain't even open yet. I'm like, oh wow. Wow. Where they do that at? Okay, you paying for his bills? So recently, what happened, y'all? Guess what? This is young people things, right? He get mad at her because she didn't sleep at his house while she went out and had a good time. Because, like I said, she's playing football. If you follow her, you may not follow her, but that's why I'm trying to give you a backstory. She's playing football now, trying to take care of her son, and she got money, right? So she's paying his bills while he's in jail, okay, basically. And so she went out with her friend, and evidently he didn't like the fact that she didn't come home and sleep at his house that he is not occupying, but she was drinking. If you love me, why would you want me to drink and drive, right? So, guess what he did, y'all? This is some young people stuff. He unfollowed her. So, in the young people, in the millennial world, the millenniums, that is, break up, right? People break up with you over social media. They unfollow you. That's like a big deal. Oh, such and such unfollowed somebody. No, it's a mind game. It's a mind game. So now her spirit is broken, right? Meanwhile, he's to be released probably in July. So, all this time that, she's been love bombed. Okay. So that is what, that's what happens. Somebody will love bomb you, right? Make you feel like you secure, that you're in a relationship, that they're all in. I'm sorry for the things that I've done. He didn't beat her up, treated her like crap, scandalized her name all on social media. Meanwhile, when he gets in jail, talking to her 24/7. It's pimpology right before our eyes. Y'all do me a favor and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Meanwhile, he's controlling her, right? Meanwhile, he know her every move. Don't nobody need to know your every move like that, especially if you ain't got a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? You're still a person. You can still be in a relationship and still be your own person, right? If you feel like that you have to satisfy somebody, they have to know your every move, that's a form of manipulation. Where's the trust, right? Y'all, like I said, ain't no shame in my game. Y'all don't have a hell or jail to put me in, right? Yes. So yeah, I was in a relationship, getting control, right? Didn't even realize it. Where you at? Where you at? How long is it gonna take you to get home? How many stoplights? How many stoplights you got? How many blocks are you? I mean, why do you have to know that, right? I'm on my way home. You timing somebody. Usually it takes 17 minutes. Now it's over 20 minutes. Where are you? No, that's a problem. That's a real red flag. You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to know all that? Meanwhile, he don't want me to. He want to know where I'm at, so I don't interrupt his plans or whatever he trying to do. And that's what happens, right? So yeah, so y'all. We see it right on national TV, right? He done broke up with her, and now she is like she's like a deer in headlights, right? A sad puppy dog. Instead of being about your business, right? Making money, tightening your game up. So you don't have to depend on another person. But what happens is when we don't love ourselves. Really, I'm talking about where you love yourself. You may not be the best person, right? Thank you, Miss Tree. You might not be the best person, right? You may not be the most talented, but God made you, He made you how you are, right? You gotta love yourself. You got to love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to know that you're special, right? You have to know that you're beautiful, right? You may not be looking like an Instagram model, but look, I'm beautiful and God only made one of me. Did it take me, was I always like this? No. You know what I'm saying? No, but I had to learn that. And that is why I'm trying to, encourage somebody. I'm trying to encourage somebody. I'm trying to, to stop you from a world of hurt. And, when you're young, you're not going to know a lot of times when you're getting exploited, right? And it's people that don't want to do the work on their own, but to benefit from somebody else, right? Okay? To benefit from somebody else. So, I'm gonna tell y'all. So just looking at her, he didn't unfollow her. So when he get out, that's what they do. They love bomb you while they're in jail and everything. Want to know your every move. You can't even clean up your house because you gotta be on the phone with them because of their insecurities. Meanwhile, you in jail, right? She didn't put you in jail. But you're paying for a penalty that you did, but you're, having insecurity, being insecure, right? Having all these feelings of insecurity because you can't control another person, right? No, it's mind control. No, it's manipulation. No, it's exploitation. So we got to watch. Hey, Marcus, thanks for joining. We got to watch, y'all, as well as pray. We got to watch and make sure that nobody is exploiting us for financial gain. So, yeah, I just want to encourage y'all just to let y'all know what's going on. Yeah, pimp, you don't deserve to be pimped out, right? If you work for your check, you need to enjoy your check. Shout out to all those who are just popping on. Hey, to those who are new, like and subscribe, y'all. I love y'all. I share things, funny videos and things about celebrities and things of that nature. But like I said, when I get on my lives, I'm very intentional, right? Because we have to be aware of what's going on around us, because everybody is not, everybody is not sincere, right? Everybody is not for real on who they are. It could be people that you can meet and they can tell you, run a whole list of things about them, and meanwhile they got a whole nother life. Come on now. Come on, somebody. Got a whole nother life. It's people like that. So so y'all, I got the book. It's about pimpology, right? So yeah, we gotta be careful. So we looking at Krishan Rock. Prayers out to her. She's young, and what disturbs me is, she got people around her that is telling. What are they telling her? It always, wherever you are in your career, in your life, you need to have somebody in your life that's gonna tell you the truth. That's gonna tell you the truth whether you like it or not. Most times it's your family. Most times it's somebody in your family letting you know, hey, that person is something about that person, right? That person is not right. You need to be careful about that person. Don't be dismissive, right? Just listen to the information. Nobody is trying to, most times nobody is trying to break up your relationship. People are trying to look out for your best interests, right? People are trying to look out for your well-being, because sometimes when we're love bombed, we can't see the forest before the trees, right? We can't see because we're in love. We can't see that it takes more than just sex. It takes more than just romance to be in a relationship. What is that person's true intentions about you or toward you, right? What is that person's true intentions toward you? So let me see. Hey, Unicorn, thanks for joining so much, y'all. So yeah, we can see, entertainers, the music industry, right, exploiting these young artists, right, because giving them all types of contracts that is just unreasonable, right? Giving them all, making them sign different contracts that's not in their best interest, right? It's all exploitation. It's all mind control. And sometimes we got to tell ourselves, you can't do everything for money. Right? You can't have the mindset that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be famous. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be rich, because the devil will give you that. He said it before you. That's all you want? Okay, I'll give it. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have the fame, the fortune, and all these things. Not saying that God won't be able to bless you with those things, because I believe that he will. Right? If you serve him, if you put God before you, the Bible says if you seek first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, you can have whatever you want. If it's according to God's will, if it's according to his purpose. Sometimes we can pray about things and God can tell us no. No, I don't want you to have that. I don't want you to have that. Because just like a parent, right? If we have any parents on here, sometimes you gotta tell your kids no, you can't be friends with them because you've been in this world longer than them. You can see the dangers ahead. They can't see it, right? You young, you don't have experience. They can't see it, right? So they're going to. And hit the like button for me, y'all. Hit the thumbs up for me so this can be shared with other people, right? But a lot of times when you young, you can't see it because you have feelings. Maybe it's your first real time of being in love, but you have to know, you have to ask God and pray about everything, right? Pray about, God, is this the person for me, right? Is this person in my best interest? It may not be a love interest. It may be, maybe just a friendship, right? Right? Hey, people have been in many friendships and you thought that person was your friend and they swung around the block and tried to take your man. Come on now. Come on now. I hear as a person working in social work background, you hear the stories. People are traumatized because they thought someone was their friend and now their friend is married to their ex-husband, right? The man that divorced him and remarried your best friend. Where they do that at? Right? Because somebody said that they were your friend. Because somebody said that, yeah, I want to take you to the next level. Let me tell you something. People can do things for you, and you can be grateful to them, but God can use anybody. Not saying that you're not grateful, but if somebody does something for you, God can use anybody to bless you. He can use anybody. So, in the long run, you got to give him the glory for every blessing, because he can make men bless you, right? He can make men, and yes, you have to be, grateful, but still the glory goes to God. The glory goes to God. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. Be careful. I've been talking about mind control, manipulation, exploitation for a while, but I just believe it's for somebody. Don't let nobody use you. Don't let nobody use you because you want to be loved. Love yourself, right? Know that God loves you. And you won't be, somebody's prey. Because there's many predators out there, y'all, on the internet. Wherever you go, it's many in the music industry, right? You can have, I'm telling you, especially in prison. Boy, these prison relationships, and I don't mean to be offensive, but you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You holding somebody down, make sure that, they're accountable, because it's no guarantee that they're going to give you the same love that they're giving you over the phone, right? Wait and see what they do when they get out, because people will flip the script on you. People will, you put money on my books. All I got to do is tell you I love you and all these things. Then when they get out of prison, they get out of the lockup, they're telling you a whole different thing. And I've seen it time after time after time after time. Right? Being pimped out. Right? It's not good. It's not okay. So, hey, I love y'all. Thanks for popping on. Thanks for joining this live. I am a very, I'm always hyped, right? Especially when I drink my coffee. But I'm just inspired to help somebody. When you look around and you see things happening, it could very well be you. It could very well be you, right? Yeah, I was looking at this, excuse me. Excuse me. I was looking at this video. So, always something that make me mad, right? Because this channel is Unchurched Talk with a T. So I was looking at this video. So this preacher, it was something on Facebook. So somebody shared a video. So this preacher was preaching, right? She was preaching Pastor Owens, but she was saying that basically she was saying that people need to get over church hurt. People need to get over that. A lot of times when people can't get over church hurt, it's because they're being lazy. It's because they don't want to be reprimanded by the pastor. She said most times. So me, I took offense to that because number one, you don't minimize nobody else's trauma. Right? A lot of people, when you hear people talk, not, I won't say a lot, but some people, when you hear people talking about church hurt, a lot of times when people express their trauma and they hurt, one of the things that irritates me when somebody say you need to get over it. Why would you say that to a person? That's like one of the most insensitive things to say to a person. You need to just get over it. If a person has lost a loved one, no, it's hard. You have to heal. And everybody has a different healing period. Everybody has their own way of grieving. Everybody is different, right? We can still look at the 5 stages of grief. Let me just say, the 5 stages of grief. I'll just look over, y'all. 5 stages of grief. Now, I'm just using this as an example. All right. So if you don't know, the 5 stages of grief, and it says, hold up. Bear with me, y'all. Okay, the 5 stages of grief is denial, anger. So denial is you really can't believe this has happened to you, right? And my background, you can experience grief in any type of trauma that you've experienced. If you've been abused by somebody, what's going on is you're traumatized. You're experiencing grief, right? If something happened to you that traumatized you. So this is what they say. The 5 stages of grief are denial, so you can't believe that it happened, right? Anger, you mad at the world, right? Bargaining, is it something that I could have done to stop this from happening? And sometimes people may even think it's their fault, right? So, denial, anger, bargaining, right? If I did this, maybe the person wouldn't have passed away. If I did this, maybe the person wouldn't have abused me or things of that nature. Depression, right? Depression, we all know it's a feeling of overwhelming feeling of sadness, right? So much to the point where some people can't eat, so much to the point where some people maybe overeat, right? So depression can affect you so much that you won't even be able to get out of bed sometimes, right? You just don't want to face the world. You don't want to practice self-care, hygiene. Why? Because overwhelming feelings of depression, right? So this is the 5 stages of grief, okay? So depression, right? And then acceptance. Now acceptance is a big deal, right? Because now you've accepted the point that, okay, I'm ready to move on. You could go to therapy. People can say things, but until you're ready to move on and to deal with your feelings and to go through the stages of grief, until you're ready to move on, it's really nothing that nobody could do. Because like I said, we all experience grief at different levels. For example, your experience with grief could last 2 weeks. Mine could last 2 years. I talked about caregiving for my mother, right? So I was caregiving for my mom. So when she passed away, it affected me, the most. Now, I wouldn't say that because all my sisters loved her, but it just affected me in a different way because I was with her, right? So yeah, so my sisters, they didn't know, but I cried every day for 2 months. So much so that I had to reach out to a grief counselor. Now, me being a clinician, you know, being a professional woman, I don't care if you counseling. We all need to get to a period where we can reach out for help, even if it's just for somebody to listen to you, right? Even if it's just so somebody can listen to you and hear you out, so you can get all the feelings of, like I talked about, the feelings of grief, right? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, right? So I had to go through those things, right? So it took me a minute. It took me a minute to get through those things, right? So yeah, so it takes people a while. So yeah, everybody is not the same, right? So back to the story. So when I heard this pastor, she was saying most times it's because a person is lazy. So people, coming to a church, but they have experienced church hurt. Now, side note, I'm not anti-church, but I'm pro being an independent thinker. I don't recommend people diving into a ministry without sitting and watching first, because you don't know what you get. And a person can say this is what we believe, but until it's in practice, that's when I'm going to be on board. I'm just not going to hop on board of any ministry. I've been, not going to a church for a while. I just started a ministry. It's called the Faith Stretchers Ministry, and it's online. So little by little, I'm making my way because I know, fellowship is good, right? Sometimes when you being around other believers, it does, have a tendency to encourage you, right? So you don't want to isolate yourself just because you have been traumatized, right? But it takes a minute. So the pastor was going, I'm going to share that video, y'all, and I'm going to do my reaction to it and everything, but I'm just giving you the backstory. So, it was a clip, right? And I've seen many clips on YouTube, but it's a lady pastor on, and she was talking about church hurt. But what I didn't like was, how people say, quote unquote, you just get over it. No, it's not no just get over it. Just getting over it. If you've been in a church and a pastor is taking your money and gambling, that's a problem for you. That's a problem for everybody. All right? If you've been in the church and the pastor is sleeping with multiple women in the church, no, that's a problem. If you've been in a church where somebody in position have abused you or SA'd you, that's a problem. It causes trauma, right? No, it's not just get over it. You gotta, those are different. Those are real feelings. And if you don't deal with them, guess what? They're gonna show up in some area. That's why you find people will never step foot in a church. What can I say about that? It's because of thank you so much. It's because of the relationship. The experience I'm saying that they've had with people, right? So can I fault that? No. But what I'm going to say is you can fall out with people, but don't you fall out with God. You got to have your own personal relationship with God, right? You have to be an independent thinker and have a period where you study the word of God, right? And study people. So she was saying, just get over it. And most times it's because people don't want to be accountable and that people are lazy and all these things. No, you got to think of the trauma that some church leaders have caused, right? So for her to be a church leader, I was conflicted. Because where is the empathy to people who have experienced church hurt? And she was preaching, yeah, I'm sorry that have happened to you, but at some point you got to get over it. Yeah, you got to heal from it, but don't just say get over it, because it takes people a minute. It takes people a minute. Just like you had your heart broken, it's going to take you a minute to trust somebody. It's going to take you a minute to jump into a relationship. Right? Because we can't just mask our feelings, y'all. So I didn't talk too much, but I thank y'all for coming on. Just try your best to be prayerful and ask the necessary questions. And if you need time to heal before you go forward in a ministry, in a relationship, or just the ability to trust people, take that minute. Take your time, because you don't want to get into the hands of the wrong person. Sometimes predators, they can use your hurt against you. That's what I always tell women. When you're in a relationship, don't start talking about your trauma to somebody. They not your therapist. Oh yeah, I was in a relationship and I got abused. Oh, I was in a relationship and this happened. No. Don't tell a person that, because what they can do, they can use it against you. They can use it against you. Yeah, it happened to me. Like I said, I'm a woman of a certain age, baby. I got a million stories to tell. Why? Because, instead of saying, God, why did you allow this to happen to me? I'm saying, maybe God allowed it to happen to me so I can help somebody. Right? So I can help somebody go through some difficult times. So I can alert people, because to make an intelligent decision, you got to have all the information. You can't make decisions on no information. You make decisions. The more information that you have, that will entail you to make better decisions, right? So yeah, I was like disturbed when that lady was saying, just get over it. And a lot of times people are lazy and they want to use church hurt as an excuse. No, this is real feelings. People in the church can traumatize you. They can manipulate you. Like I said, more mind control, right? More of doing things knowingly. Not if a person, did something to you and they didn't know, okay, that's different. That's different from just, yeah, you didn't speak to me last Sunday. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about receiving trauma. Somebody caused you feelings of trauma that you're not able to move past. It's affecting you in your everyday relationships with people. It's causing you to maybe you were a people person. Now you're an introvert. Now you don't want to talk to people and be around because of one person. So you got to take the journey and get the healing that you need, because you can't let a person's offense or what they did to you stop you from living your beautiful life, right? Because everybody is not like that. Everybody is not like that. Every pastor is not going to exploit you. But how do you know? Unless you give it time. Do the research. Take your time so you can make better decisions. Because if not, who's telling what you're going to get involved with? You know what I'm saying? If you got somebody that's in jail, don't be giving them everything, giving their check, putting your whole check on their books just so you can say you have a man. No, don't do that, because you don't let them get out so they can show you. What is the saying? Action speaks better than words. I could give you a whole bookload of words, and even the Bible says faith without works is dead. People say, I want to do things, but have you done the work? Have you showed me? Right? that you're a trusting person? Have you shown me that you're a good person? Have you shown me that you're not a jealous person? Have you shown me that you're not a controlling person? You know, a person that needs to know all your whereabouts. Like I said, they locked up in jail. You live trying to live your best life, providing, you know, for your family without their support. And they want to be, you know, have feelings of mistrust, feeling insecure because they can't stop you physically from doing things. So what's the pimpology game? Yeah, let me get in your mind and control you. Nah, don't let them pimp you out. Don't let them pimp you out, y'all. Like and subscribe to my channel. I love each and every one of y'all. Thanks for joining. If you're in a situation, my prayers is that you be set free. My prayers is that you let nobody control you but yourself and God. Right? Okay? So I love y'all. Have an amazing day. And guess what? I'll talk to y'all on the next video. Okay? Be blessed.